Ian, there was a big announcement. No, it's not a total shocker because we both called this beforehand about.
It's not a shocker.
The Switch is going to have a new model coming.
Yeah, this is not a shocker at all. It's kind of the main reason I want to talk about it because I get tired of. I mean, I know it's how YouTube works. I know it's how people make money, but I'm
get the
tired
thumbnail
of
with the fingers like, oh, grab your hand. I can't believe it.
I mean, like a fucking struck bird.
A bird flew into my glass door in the backyard the other day. Poor little girl, but she got up and flew after an hour. We thought she was gonna die.
Oh, okay. I'm glad it's fine
because she was fucked up. She was like, "Oh my god!" But after an hour,
oh my god,
oh my bird,
oh my bird. Anyway,
new Switch. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Nintendo will be introducing a new version of its popular Switch console next year.
I've been hearing late 2019,
which would be 3.5 years after. No, only 2.5 years after release. Which is a little earlier than you would think for a Nintendo, slightly early for a Nintendo handheld to do a new version.
No, I mean, not really. I mean, when you look at how
DS
long...
Lite, how far was that after the DS?
I think that was about 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years.
Well, fuck me then.
Let me see if I can...
GBA SP release. I'll look that up while you talk.
Yeah.
Right,
so I don't think it's really not that surprising. I think for a lot of people it might just seem surprising because it's for the first time in a long time Nintendo's really had eyes on its main flagship console, and this is a console. Console handheld hybrid. Nintendo reiterates their handhelds all the time, but I don't think maybe it's not something that people...
Right. 2 years between the GBA and GBA SP. Barely over 2 years.
Right. And then the DS Lite, you're going to see the same thing. It's just...
3DS and 3DS XL.
Yeah. This is incredibly common for Nintendo.
Common practice.
It's not that unusual between the remodeling of things like the PlayStation 4, PlayStation Slim, and then a little bit later, the PlayStation 4 Pro,
and the Xbox,
the Xbox One S, and then the
Dragon Punch Xbox. I don't know.
The Shinobi Xbox, the Xbox One X, the Scorpion.
Scorpion.
The Xbox One X.
Oh, close, Scorpion.
I'm just flailing around with words. To get back to what I was saying, this is not that weird, people. I don't know. Nintendo is put under a different lens, I think, than other companies, but this makes sense from a marketing standpoint, from a hardware standpoint in the modern era. I don't like it. I don't want companies to release things every 2 years, but it's just what happens.
There's nothing wrong with choice.
It's fine. Yes.
Especially if they keep the old one around, which I'm guessing they would, and they're either going to drop the price in that or this will be more money. Probably. If it's like the Switch Pro, we'll just say.
What I imagine it will be is...
Or maybe it's a standalone. Because you know what? If you bought the Switch already, you already have the dock. So why do you need to buy a second dock? Those things aren't cheap. What is it, $80 to get a new dock?
Yeah. We'll have to see how they market it. But I'm assuming that it's probably going to... better battery life. There's rumor that's going to have a nicer screen, a higher clarity screen like the ones that you see on smartphones and things like that.
Okay.
That's what I'm assuming.
According to the article, Nintendo is still debating what new hardware and software features to include in the upgrade. One option on the table being an upgraded screen closer to what they found in more recent smartphone LCDs, which would make it brighter, thinner, and more energy efficient. And you know what? Since when they started first planning the Switch, which was like probably like 4 years ago, because I knew the Wii U was dead, the technology's come a long way with these chips too. So I'm not saying they're going to be a total upgrade. It wouldn't shock me if they upgraded the power a little bit to keep up with these generational shifts in here. Because you're not getting a new Nintendo console anytime soon, but reports that they're starting to develop the PlayStation 5. That's probably going to come out in a couple years. So Nintendo's got to at least try to play catch up here. And maybe this is the way they do it. Right.
Maybe we will see a power bump in there, similar to something like an Xbox One X or a PS4 Pro, where you can squeeze better graphics out of it if you have a nicer system.
Maybe give you memory worth a damn.
Yeah.
Not just 32 gig. Maybe give us 64.
Better
something
built-in
reasonable
memory.
Yeah. It won't cost them like a freaking thing.
A battery life better than
So this is what I see.
3 hours.
I think they'll they'll bump the price down on the old ones. I think they'd rather do that and keep this at $300 versus charging more. That's if they're going to include the dock with it as well. They're going to have to. For some people, this will be their first system,
Right.
Or maybe they'll do a standalone one that doesn't have that.
I wonder if Nintendo will be smart enough to do that. I think that would be a good idea, is to offer it on its own without a dock for people who upgrade.
Sure.
I would hope, and it's tough. As much as I like Nintendo systems, I've never been one to not say that Nintendo is dumb with their marketing or with how they release things or how they put these things out there, because they can be very dumb. But I think they would be smart enough at this point to know that there's a lot of Nintendo fans who will buy reiterations of their hardware.
Luke Plunkett, who did the article that was just summarizing the Wall Street Journal article, said, "Kill the 3DS. It had a good run. Make this new Switch smaller with a more efficient screen and better battery. Go all in on the portable angle." I don't know if that's the play. I don't know. I think the play would be. I think people would be expecting a more powerful Switch, if anything, a slight upgrade versus making it smaller.
Well, so it'll be 2.5 years in if they
Release it next year.
Late next year.
Yeah.
There's lots of room. There's lots of time for that to happen still. I mean, think about all the different types of models of 3DSs we got and things like that. I do think there is. I still think there is room for a smaller, more portable
all-in-one
Switch. But I think if you want to keep momentum up and keep it going keep it going up against things like the Xbox, PlayStation 4, if you want it to keep looking like somewhat of a home console contender, you do probably need. I think you're gonna need a power boost somewhere in there, and something, and perhaps maybe even like. I know it sounds silly, 4K TV support or something like that, or at least HDR.
That's gonna be rough.
Or color balance, something like that.
But the issue is, you make it smaller, you're not gonna be able to upgrade and keep it in smaller. You can't do both, probably. You're not gonna be able to get that hot, heated up system. Say you have 60 frames per second on a handheld. There's no way you're gonna be able to shrink it, upgrade the tech, draw more power, and make it smaller. You can't do everything. If you do, you can probably do a smaller one now and keep it the same power, but you're not gonna be able to increase it on a smaller version.
I don't know. I'm not the machines man.
I'm just telling you, that's in the theoreticals here. It's kind of hard to squish it all together and make it bigger and better. So I would probably be on board if there's an option, like I said, to get a cut rate one, where you don't buy all the extra accessories. I don't need to. Hell, if they can make it where I don't have to buy extra freaking Joy-Cons. I have 3 Joy-Cons. Well, I got to buy 2 more. If they're smart about it, if they look at it as an upgrade,
they won't do that. I don't think.
I don't think they'll force you to buy 2 more Joy-Cons.
It's likely that I would probably pick this up. I usually do buy a couple of the iterations of whatever Nintendo handheld hardware.
We're still early, so we don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait until the specs on this to really see.
Yeah.